I am getting a little bit irritated with the way that people are moving about on this here. Just kind of unapologetically messy. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Mm-mm. We're gonna talk about it. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Queen Sugar Season 3, Episode 9. And like I said, I'm just a little bit bothered by the way that people are moving about. I was getting very irritated with Aunt Vi on how she was moving. Now, we got Aunt Vi together, and now everybody else had lost their damn mind. Child, listen. We're going to talk about it. First things first. We see Ralph Angel, and he done went down and rolled up on Trent, and they're talking, and everything's real good and lovey-dovey, and they got stars all in their eyes, and he basically asks her, can they go steady? And she's all here for it, and so am I. I'm here for it. I said, all right, yeah. So, shortly thereafter, we see, as I'm just going to skip around. I'm going to go right on into this, because this really griped my bottom. We go right into it, and he ends up having this little sit down with Miss Darla. And Miss Darla rolled up on him, and now she'd have told him she'd taken him to court. You're taking him to court to shift around the way the custody is actually done. Really, Darla? Really? Now, I'll tell you, I done had enough of Miss Darla. I have. I'm sorry. It is what it is. This may not be the popular opinion, but I am at a point with Darla and Blue and Ralph Angel where I just want Ralph Angel to give Blue to Darla, kiss him on his forehead, and say, see you. That's what I want. That's what I want to see done. And there's an old saying that if you love something, you have to love it enough to let it go, and it'll come back to you. And children are very much that way. The way that this all is going down, and I can't. And I've been seeing it in my comments. A lot of people talking about what Darla has rights. Darla don't have rights for a goddamn thing. She has a right to this, that, and the other. She don't have a right to anything. Nothing. Because, see, I've been that parent. Now, Ralph Angel, granted, Ralph Angel he was in jail. Okay, yeah, he was in jail. So he didn't actually do the late nights and the Pampers and the crying and all of that. He didn't do all that. He didn't do that. That was Pop Pop and Aunt Vi did that. And that's fine. But when Pop Pop died and Aunt Vi signed over custody to Ralph Angel, same rules apply. Darla, but you don't come back and get to jump back in there and take him away from anybody because you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You had a baby, you shit it out, you stepped over, and you walked away. You walked away. You wanted to smoke. So pardon me if I don't have any sympathy, because I don't have any sympathy for you, because I was the person who did that. I'm the one who didn't have any, my sleeping habits were all over the place and all of that. My baby was sleeping all through the night, carrying on. It was years before my sleep patterns got back together. And sometimes they're still not. And he's 11. So yeah, I feel some type of way if the biological mother come flying out from nowhere that finished smoking up all that she want to smoke up and decide you gonna come in here and just yank up and walk off, and then people think, well, she's the biological. I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't give a damn. Yes, she's the biological mother. Yes, she's the one that had all the fun, all the sweating, panting, and having a good time and all the tingly feelings. I didn't have none of that stuff. Yet, I did all the hard work. I spent all the money. I spent all the nights. I went to all the doctor's appointments. And this is the same thing when it pertains to Blue. The Borderlongs did all that. They did all that. They did all the enrolling the boy in school, making sure the little boy knew what he needed to know to go to school, teaching the little boy how to get dressed, teaching him how to wash up. All the things that go along. Honey, raising kids ain't nothing cute and fun. It's work. It is work to take a baby from an infant to an actual functioning person. And I know, and I'm talking to everybody, and I know a lot of you women, y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all don't, but a lot of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You're doing all that is hard work. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. Parenting is one of the hardest jobs that there is. And for someone to come when all of the hard work is done and just jump in and then want to snatch your baby away, oh, hell no. I don't think so. I don't even think so. If you don't get your ass out of here, I am so sick of her. But she's going, and then the thing is, she's throwing out all of this mess now. It was but it all went down, and she was so sorry about how she was such a tramp, and how the boy came along, and we found out that he's not really Ralph Angel's child and all of this. She was so apologetic. She was so sorry. I'm so sorry, and you'll always be his father, this, that thing, and the other. When everything was going to go her way. When she was going to get the man, she was going to get the baby, she was going to get the life, and everything was going to be what Darla wanted it to be. She was so apologetic. She was so passive, and everything was good. Now that y'all ain't together no more, because your lies and your fuck shit done caught up with you, now you want to be a bitch and you want to start pulling and calling out, well, you're not really his father. We can go to court, and you want to get the courts all involved. Oh no, whore, you didn't want the courts involved when you was running the street jumping on dicks and smoking pipes. You didn't want the courts all involved then. You didn't want people to know that he wasn't really his daddy then. But now it's going to work for your benefit. Now you're going to take that, throw it in his face. That bitch would not throw that in my face, because, baby, I would throw her baby in her lap and tell her, go ahead. Yeah, it's going to hurt for a while, but you'll get over it. And I understand it, and I know that you do love him enough to let him go. And he'll come back. He'll come back. He'll come back, because she's the type of whore that's going to screw up, and he's going to have to come back. But he will come back, even once he gets older and he understands everything. He will come back to you. And if he don't, whose loss is it? Whose loss is it? So now that some of you are all mad at me, that's fine. Put it in the comments. I can take it. It's cool. Ain't going to change the way I feel. It's not going to change the way I feel, because I live this. This is very personal. Very personal. And I didn't have where my cousin, whose children I adopted, came and tried to take them back. But that whore came and tried to start up a little bit of trouble, baby, and she got just what she was looking for, baby, walking away with her tail between her legs and her goddamn feelings hurt, because I ain't for the bullshit. I'm not. So, yeah, this all really hits home. Fuck Darla. You understand? Fuck Darla. I'm sick of her, and I'm sick of the situation, and I want him to just walk on in the court and just give her baby and let her see. Everything ain't what you think it's going to be. You think it's going to be all fun and all weekend trips? You want to be his parent, you want to throw things in my face? Don't take them for 70%, 60%. Take them all the time, and y'all both go on away. Go away. Bye. See you. Bye. Trying to tell him when and where and how. Girl, bye. Get out of here, Miss Darla. Anyway, He ended up meeting with the siblings, and the siblings are not for it at all. Charlie was pissed. Nova was pissed. And again, he's like not feeling like he could compete. Shouldn't even be a competition. Shouldn't even be a competition. But whatever. Whatever. They told him, we will fight like hell for you and Blue. That's just what we're going to do. Next thing he ended up doing, I see him go, and he goes to Trent, and then he breaks off with Trent because he has to try to straighten up, because the whole thing with Trent, she's being brought into, that's something Darla's trying to use against him. Oh, he's just bringing these random people. And so he's screwing that all up. And Trent, her feelings was so hurt. You know what I mean? She said she understood stuff and we'll just be friends. And she went on and walked away, but her feelings was hurt and then screwed up the relationship. So this is what I'm talking about. You're giving up everything. Why? Like, this is. So those of you who really feel like Darla has such a right, she is. I even seen that in there. She got a right to know who's being around her son. Why? Where? Where did she get that right from? Where did she get it? Was it between Pass, or Puff that she got that right to say who be around her child? Fuck her. Anyway, so that's the thing going on with them. That got on my nerves real bad. Now let's talk about Jacob. Jacob and Charlie. Jacob done called Charlie. Baby, when I tell you Jacob was about to get cussed so thoroughly out by Charlie. She was ready to let Jacob have it. And he's like, don't hang up. Wait a minute. My mother wants to have a talk with you, Charlie, about alternatives to the jail. So after some thought, Charlie went on over to the house to meet with Mrs. Boudreaux. And it's her and Jacob at the table. And baby Jacob was quiet as a church mouse. He's saying absolutely nothing. Because definitely he don't want mama to know that he in love with this little black woman. But I know mama already know, honey. She knows. She knows. She knows, honey. You could tell by the way he looks at her, honey, that the black box got him, honey. She knows. But she's talking to Charlie and she's telling her, you're my kind of girl. You're about family and about having things done, correctly and this, that, thing, and the other. And she told her, well, first of all, I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl. And why am I here? And she gets to telling her, she's like, I don't agree with what's going on. I want my brother out. And I have to just double cross him. It just is what it is. I want him out. And she says, Charlie really wasn't like buying all in. She said, why should I trust you? Why should I trust you? Why? Anybody who's willing to turn on their family member like you say you are, why should I trust you? And she told her, because we want the same thing. We want the same thing. She says, the two of us in the boardroom together, we can actually stop that jail from ever breaking ground. We can do that together. So the company has bylaws where a family member is forbidden from actually poaching another family member, family shares. But Charlie can, because Charlie's not family. So she told her, just think about it. She gave her some a whole file of things on Colton, which is, I think he's one of the cousins, who actually sides with the with the brother and all of that. And so just think about it. And Charlie's like, yeah, I'll think about a girl. She walk on out. She still being stuff sturdy with it. And again, she's right. She don't trust her. And the mother had to step away from the table for a minute, baby. She got to tell her, Jacob, oh, so you're just quiet. You can't talk while mommy's in the room. I said, oh, Charlie. Giving it to him, honey. Giving it to him. And he's like, I'm sorry, this, that, and the other. But he told, my feelings for you are real or whatever. She's like, child, that bullshit. And she went about her way. So that's real interesting. I was like, come on, Charlie. Let's talk about the kids. It's about the kids. who drove me nuts. Them damn kids. Micah and the little group. Now they took their ass on down there to the plantation and they done spray painted and carried on. Then vandalized is what you done did. Which is bad. It's bad. And then they have this little ceremony they have, and then they accidentally became arsons within like 5 minutes. There's a bag, and it's a fabric bag, and it touched a candle. Them and their little procession they're having and set the goddamn thing on fire. They done burned the whole damn shed down. I said, oh Lord. Now you done got yourself an arson charge. This is going to be a problem. This went totally bad, totally quick, and they ran off and all of this. So now they're searching and there's investigation being done, and Mike is walking around town scared as hell. And he done took pictures and everything. He got pictures all in his camera. I'm like, and you know what the bad part is? The bad part about this is that, and I might be bad for saying this, I actually want Micah to get caught. I want him to get caught. I want him to have to face his actions and learn whatever this lesson is going to actually be, because he needs to know that being a follower is never good. And he's totally a follower. He knows better. You knew better. You knew better. Everything in your being told you no, 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 no. But you went through with this and you knew better. So there's a part of me that really wants him to get caught, to have to face what has actually happened, and all of that. I was just so disappointed with Micah. These last few episodes, I'm just so disappointed with him. And you've been to jail. And now he's scared to death. That's the part. He's scared to death. And I'm looking at him like, just shut up. Just shut up. Because you knew better. You sitting around throwing bricks at the daggone at the jail. You know, you throwing bricks at the penitentiary. Where do you think you going? Back to penitentiary? A mess. So we got that going on. Now, like I said, Vi and Hollywood got it together. Thank goodness somebody had to have it going on right. The Vi's partner come back to talk to Vi. Vi thought it was all over. She thought it was all a wrap. He come back with the amended contract, gave her everything she want, and she said, I thought it was all over for me. Mm-mm. Not at all. He's very genuine, and he was his offer was genuine. His concern was genuine. He told her, all I need from you is for you to be truthful. When you're not feeling well, I want to know that you're not feeling well. I don't want you to try to hide it from me. I want you to tell me. Tell me. We are partners. I want you to tell me what is going on. And she's like, okay, no problem. So she's happy. Then they were taking a look at the place for the wedding, and it's real pretty, real nice, and tasted cakes and the whole 9 yards. Vi's hair was nice too. Aunt Vi had this wig, and you know, because Aunt Vi sometimes she'd be having some helmets on. She had this really pretty curly wig, and it just was so age appropriate, and it actually made her look younger. She looked really good, really, really good this episode. I liked it. Yeah, she was happy. And she hasn't been really happy in a while. And what was so good, she actually asked Hollywood, what do you want? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Because I know when you talked about doing money toward the barbershop with the one guy, I just shot it down and I didn't even give it any consideration. And I was wrong. I was wrong for that. And he says, well, do you want me to go spend money? She's like, hell no, I want you to spend that money with him because he don't know nothing about no money. He's a screwball. You know? So said, but what are your dreams? And he told her, I always thought I wanted to have a construction business. And I wanted to have like a sports bar. And she's like, well, you should do it. You should do those things. And I just thought it was just fantastic when she asked her, what's your dream, black man? I said, all right, come on now. So I really like that part. Really like that. And you see where I'm leading down to. You know, there ain't nobody left but Nova and that goddamn Remy. So Nova, everything is looking up for Nova. There was a shift. The woman she's working with on the book and all that, publisher comes back and tells her that the New Yorker actually wanted to publish some of the stuff about her father and all of that. So that's money, that's notoriety, that's good. So everything's good. Told her, you got like 2 days. Can you pull it off in 2 days or 2 weeks? I think it was 2 days or 2 weeks. 2 weeks? 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. And she's like, I could do it. I could do it. Maybe it was 2 days. I know it was quick. I'm thinking it was 2 days. She said she could do it. So it was cool. But her personal life is a mess. I looked up and I said, wait a minute, hold up. Is this Trick out on a date? Her and Remy, they out on a date. All at the cookout and shit. I said, what? Wait a minute. And one thing that we did see that I love that Ava DuVernay went and touched back on, we saw Two Sweet's mom. And she told us how to, because I always think about Two Sweet from season 1. She said Two Sweet's doing real well. His grades are good. He filled out things for scholarships, and just his life has just been turned around. And that was all really due to Nova's hard work with Two Sweet. And she was so happy. It was just so good to see her. And I was like, wow, I'm sure more of you all were thinking about it too. Because he would pass, it would come through my mind every now and again. We'd be watching this and I'll be like, I wonder the hell's going on with Two Sweet. But Two Sweet's doing good, y'all. So that was good. But back to what's at hand. These two whores were on a date. And I was starting to get very, very irritated. Then we start seeing Remy, and Remy starts opening up to Nova. They at the house talking and smoking weed together. And I'm looking at them like, you sit over smoking weed? Oh, square, you smoking weed? And then he's telling her a story about how he really ain't all that square. And how he used to be a damn mess because he was originally from Detroit. And all of this and all this kind of carrying on. I said, oh. And then he told her, you underestimated me. You figured me wrong. But she said, I figured you for a square. You figured me wrong. Then they all kissing and all hugged up. I said, with your sister's man, right? Where they do that at? Where do they do that, Nova? Disgusting. Disgusting. Thank goodness I'm gay, and I don't run into that issue where I would crisscross up and mess with nobody that my brother has messed with. So we don't have that issue. But I can't even imagine me laying with somebody who has laid with or tried to lay with one of my siblings. That is disgusting. It's disgusting. On both their parts. But Remy, you are old judgmental ass, stick in the mud ass. But all of a sudden, you just full force going after her. I said, that's a mess. That's a whole mess. And then later on, Nova finally got up underneath her. She goes to Charlie and she tells Charlie, please don't hate me. Girl. Y'all know y'all don't really, y'all's little relationship be rocky half the time anyway. I was like, Nova, I don't feel sorry for you. If she never speaks to you again, it'll be too soon because you're out of order. Totally out of order. And then she told her, I'll walk away from it if you want me to. Well, why would she tell you that? The damage is already done. You might as well go on and finish up. Damage is done. Y'all are grimy, the two of you. And at this point, she's better than me. She's definitely better than me. Charlie took her better than me. I wouldn't be having nothing to say to neither one of y'all, for real, for real. I really wouldn't. Y'all deserve each other. Y'all both are grimy. And if that wasn't bad enough, then Remy comes to see Charlie. And just ridiculous. And she told him same thing I said. You were walking around here with your head all held up all high and always judging me and carrying on, and this is what you do? And then that's why I say that she's better than me. She told him just as nice. Me and Nova are forever. We are family. But you will always be fleeting. Always. And told her, you better. If you're going to be with her, you better be with her and be right. And you better not hurt her. Because if you make her feel any kind of way, like I'm feeling now, child, we're going to have a problem. I said, boy, okay. That's deep. That even through all of that, you still trying to protect your sister. I'll be mad as hell at my goddamn brother. But I was like, I guess at the end of the day, I guess at the end of the day. But at that very moment, I'll be fucking with either one of them, child. I just, it's grimy. Very grimy. I don't have any sympathy for them two. Whatever happens with them two, happens with them two. Um, but if it ends badly, I don't have any sympathy for them because they are both out of order. Completely out of order. And the whole thing with Nova, like really, you had a man and screwed it up to double back and then go and pick through Charlie's trash. Really, Nova? I don't look real good on you, girl. I don't know. This looks like a character assassination to me, but whatever. A mess. You all tell me what you all thought about that little Teddy down in the comments. And see, there was a lot that went on. So we got a lot to really discuss. So we could fight about the whole Raw and um the baby and that damn Darla. We will fight about that down there in the comments. We need to talk about Trent and Raw and how that happened, how sad that was. I think we will all agree on that. That was sad. And I was really rooting for them too. And then we got to talk about Nova and old nasty Remy. And then old Micah. Anyway, so we got a lot to talk about down here in these comments. I'll see you guys in the comments and I'll talk to y'all next week. All right, later.